What is the green card lottery? This is one question frequently asked. But inside this question, there are so many things. Like, is it worth to apply for the green card lottery? What are the advantages of winning or applying and winning the green card lottery? Is it worth to go to America? Maybe I'm in my mid-career of my life here in my country. There are so many questions associated with what is green card lottery. But in this video, apart from defining and giving you the background and the understanding of the green card lottery, I will give you the reasons as to why you should apply for the green card lottery, whether it is your dream to come to America or not your dream to come to America, but what are the benefits just to have that particular card in your life. Let me start from the beginning. Green card lottery is one among the processes or one among the ways one person can get green card. And by green card here, we refer as a permanent residence card. But green card is a nickname because the card by itself is green color. Though at one point they made a change to put it white, then they return it back to green, so it continues to carry the meaning or the official nickname is green card. Other countries, they use the permanent residence word. They don't use a nickname of green card, only United States. So there are so many ways one person can get green card. But one among those ways is through the lottery system. The first question is, after getting that green card, now what? Who am I in terms of immigration status? Are you becoming a U.S. citizen? Is green card and U.S. citizen are the same people? Do I need to still go back to the U.S. embassy asking for the visa? Am I allowed to travel? What if I don't want to live in America but I've won the DV lottery? What should I do? So many important questions around that, as I've been saying. So, by applying for the green card lottery, number one, it is free of charge. So you have nothing to lose by applying. In order to make a decision, it is better to have alternatives, options on your hand, than make a decision. So even if now you are CEO of a certain company, you have nothing to lose by applying. Apply, win, then make a decision. Oh, I don't want to process further, or let me process. But don't stop applying just because you are bank manager right now. Just apply. Is it free of charge? Though after winning is not free. So let us start with that. Is it free of charge to apply? The entire process of applying doesn't take you more than 10 minutes. Very easy, simple process. Then, let's say you apply, you win, you get the card. The green card itself, or the permanent residence, gives you the opportunity to live and work in the United States without asking extra authorizations. In comparing with other types of visas, let's say you come as a student visa here. You'll be allowed to work 20 hours per week during the school year. When the school is in holiday, you're allowed to work as a full-time. So you have a limitation where to work, how many hours to work. If you come under H1 visa, which is a professional working visa, you still have the restriction to work to which employer and how many hours. If you come as the international visitor or scholar or tourist, there are certain restrictions. But if you have green card, you are not required again to go to the US embassy to request for the visa. Once you come here, you'll be allowed to work to any employer obvious restriction will be most of the government works which require security clearance, you will not be able to get, but you'll be allowed to work to any employer without any extra authorization to ask for the work permit. You'll be allowed to travel overseas, any country you want to go, and come back without going back to the US Embassy. But it will be having certain restrictions. If you are out of the country, for how long are you be able to stay out of the country? Unless otherwise, if it is more 6 months going to a year, you have to ask for extra authorization for that particular case, because you are permanent of America. Having a green card, you are not a US citizen, you are permanent resident. You're still a citizen of your country until you decided to become a US citizen. And if you have green card by lottery or any other ways, with the exception of marriage, you have to wait for 5 years to become a US citizen. Exception will be if you have green card by marriage, you have to wait for 3 years. Or if you have green card by any way, and joining the military, you'll be able to be given the green card before you graduate in the military training, basic military training, which is a boot camp. So that is about green card, the card, and what is allowing you to do. So there are some people, you have a family, but you already stable. You don't want to come to America, because not everybody is their dream to come to America. But you can create the opportunity for your children. You can apply for the green card lottery. If you win, you can come with your family, stay here for at least a month or two, get your actual card, go back with your family in your country. And then you'll be coming after every certain time for a month or 2 months, then you go back. That means you keep your green card alive is allowed, it's not illegal. If you don't want to come at a certain time, like after a year, you have to fill the form, the advance parole, that I'll be, for these 2 years, I'll be in another country for this particular reason. You get that permission, you can be staying there. Meaning, your kids, when they are growing up, coming, finishing high school, they can come here and do college like any other any other green card holders or American citizens. Your kids can be able to have work, to work without asking for extra authorization. So all those kind of things will be able to do that. Or if you are married, your spouse is pregnant, you can travel and come here, the child will be born here and go there without asking the visa to the US Embassy. So it can be helping you to create a stable family if you want to do that without breaking any particular law. That is another advantage of the green card. For those people who don't want maybe to come to stay here for a longer time, maybe they have very good job, they have very good asset in business to invest in other countries, you can do that. As long as you're maintaining the status of as a green card holder. And if you stay longer than expected, you're going to expire your green card, there is a way to get it back. It's called the returning green card. People who had the green card, then they maybe do staying for 3 years in another country without having the advance parole. You have to go to the US Embassy to ask for the special visa to come to America, and they can be able to restore and give back your green card. So those are the basic understanding of the green card. What is the green card? The process is a randomly selection. It is free of charge, but if you win, yes, there is a process of paying the money. The advantages is you can be able to work, you can be able to stay here, you can come have kids here, and have all the opportunities you can be able to access here. So you need to apply. And if you don't win, you have nothing to lose to apply for the next time. There is one person here on my channel, applied many years ago, applied it like over 10 times, different year. Then the 12th time, the person won. There are some people applying the first time, they have won. There are some people who have applied it for the third time that they are going to win. There is no magic formula. You don't need to apply early in the morning or midnight, whatever, or Sunday, whatever. It doesn't matter which day of the week you apply. As long as you apply on the specified time on the legitimate website, which is www.dvprogram.state.gov. Any website of the government, US government, must have the word .gov in the end to make it a legitimate website. So those are the few things to be able to do to make sure that you understand what is green card. Then there are few things about the eligibility. The first one is the country of birth. Eligibility is based on the country of birth. If you are born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but you are a citizen of Rwanda, you apply on the place of birth. Your eligibility is based on the place of birth, not where you live now, not your current citizenship. Let's say you are born in Ghana. Ghana is an eligible country, but currently you are a Canadian citizen. Canada is not eligible to apply, or England is not eligible to apply. But because you are not British by birth, or you're not Canadian by birth, you just naturalize and become Canadian, you'll be allowed to apply because the place of birth is Ghana, which is an eligible country. So you need to understand that one. Then, another eligibility, let's say a country of birth is Nigeria. Nigeria at the moment is not eligible country. Or let's say country of birth is Canada in this case. Canada is not eligible country. But you are married to a spouse who comes from eligible country. Your spouse is Tanzanian. You are allowed yourself to apply as a principal applicant and claim the eligibility based from your spouse's country of birth, as long as your spouse's country of birth is eligible to apply. So your spouse will apply as the main applicant and put you with the spouse, and you'll be apply as a main applicant, but the country of eligibility, you will change it from your country of birth to the country of your spouse. That is something you need to understand, which is another advantage for that, especially for those people who are marrying people from another country. Then there is the issue of education. In the lottery application, it is required to indicate the country of birth. I mean, the education level. Whether it's primary, high school, with a diploma, without anything, you have to put the education. If you don't have high school as a minimum requirement, if you have a degree, you put your degree. If you are currently at the university, you put some college courses. If currently you are doing master's degree, you put some graduate courses. If currently you are a PhD student, you put some graduate studies or courses. So that is something you need to understand. But even if you didn't go to school, you put a primary school, but you need to have at least 2 years of qualifying work experience. The work experience, unfortunately, in the DVLOTTERY application, there is no any place to put your work experience. The work experience you are going to put when you win in the visa form, immigrant visa form DS-260. That is when you will be required to put the work experience. But in the lottery application, there is no putting of the work experience. Then there is the aspect of requirement for the passport. You must have the passport, unless otherwise you meet one of the 3 waivers. The waiver whether you are coming from a communist country and unable to get the passport, or you are coming, you are a stateless person, or you have the waiver letter from the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security from the United States of America. If you don't have those 3 exceptions, one of those, don't apply if you don't have the passport. Make sure that you use even the temporary passport from your country to get the passport in order to apply. Because if you apply and you say, I didn't get the passport because of the corona, they don't care about that. You'll be denied the visa once you win. And make sure that there is the aspect of children. Put your children, not the children of your neighbor, not your nephew, not your uncle. No, put your children, your biological children, your stepchildren, and adopted children. Adopted means they are legally adopted by the court. You went to the court of law and you adopted them, not because you paid for their school fees. No. And then make sure that you put the marriage correctly. If you are married, you are married. You are not. There is no girlfriend. There is no fiancé. Fiancé. There is no that. And if you have more than one wife, that's up to you. In the US is 1 application, 1 spouse. Full stop. So those are the few things I want to mention about what is green card lottery. And once you win, let's say you are married with 5 kids, all of you will be able to come. If the applicant is the man, the husband, you win. You, your wife, and the kids come. And if the wife wins, your wife, yourself, and the kids are also coming. The dependent, when they all win, is considered as one visa. So they are not going to take, when we say 55,000 visas are going to be issued, it doesn't mean that they are going to take the visas from other people. Like if there are 5 people in one family, that, oh, those are 5 visas. No, it's considered as one visa out of the 55,000. So please make sure that you apply for the DV lottery. If you don't win, that's not bad. Don't get too much upset. Remember, you didn't pay. Make sure that you apply for the next DV lottery. But at the same time, even if how much your dream is to come to America, start applying for other opportunities in other countries too. That is something I want you to understand and be ready for that. All the best for the DV lottery applications.